Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 60 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll toss it out to Carson. Powerful running. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 22, Mike 22. Come on.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Wilson will find Ballore out of the backfield. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Let's go. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And now running right through him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They run it with Carson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Mike, 315. Check tight end, check tight. Check tight. Go 14. Mike 22, Mike 22. 6-6. Man, I got you. Mike 20.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Broncos' 30-yard line.
Right, 40. 43 is the mic. They gonna need some therapy after this.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
No pass, no pass. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Check. Fresno. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jeremiah Tauchu drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3. Gain there.
Shaquille Griffin on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You're over here. Check.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And some room to roam now. 34 yards there and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now it's Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on first and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson, sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Here's Carson, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
He's coming, Mike. Bound to lose one. Check your hot read. Hey, alert 3.
They go play action now. Wilson being chased out left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. There's Wilson to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check. Cross.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Von Miller able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fielded at the 33. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 2nd and 12, Flacco. And this is caught at the 8. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.